Okay, welcome everybody. Today we have a very, very special guest, an awesome Asian of mine, Erica, and she actually pretty cool story with Erica. She came and started working with us here at Senior Life Services. What is it? A little over a year ago? Two
Yes.
years.
Almost 2 years,
Something.
yeah. Would have been almost 2 years ago I started, yeah.
Yeah, so she started here almost 2 years ago, and then had some circumstances come up in her life, and she had to make like an abrupt stop, and then stopped working, and then she kind of teased one of my managers and I one time. She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna come back," and then she didn't. And then this time around, she's like, "Hey, I'm coming back," and we were like, "Awesome!" So she
Yeah.
came back, and like if she did well before, then she is crushing it now. So she's doing so well. She's had multiple 10,000 AP weeks. She's on pace to make with bonuses and everything else over 100 grand. I mean, after everything with pay throughs and account checks start coming, which is our renewal pay throughs and stuff, she's on pace to make, if not six figures, definitely high five figures this year. So I'm super proud of her.
Thank you.
So without further ado, we're going to introduce Erica here. Erica, if you want to kind of talk yourself up a little bit
Okay.
and explain maybe what's different between then and now.
Okay, so when I first joined, I was married back then, so I had a lot of responsibilities. It was kids, it was marriage, and I had a lot of distractions going on back then. So I wasn't as involved back then, although I was here every day. I was joining every meeting. I was doing everything I was
Hmm.
supposed to, but it was the distractions that was getting in my way and it kept getting in my head. So, anyways, went through a divorce. I could not no longer work here. Unfortunately, I was pushed out due to those circumstances. And then,
Hmm.
yeah, I did. I teased you guys a lot. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to come back. Give me a week. Give me this. Give me a month. But I was so scared. And I worked in an hourly job. Oh my God. So you're working so hard to make somebody else rich, and yet they can't pay you what it is that you deserve. So, you know what? I just said, that's it. I'm coming back. And I came back, and I came back with a force because I had to prove I could do this. I had to prove, as a single mom of two kids, I'm going to make the best life for them on my own. That's it. So I came in and I just kept digging and digging and digging. And I remembered what it was like before. And the thing that keeps me going is you got to you got to just be personable with them. It's not, I mean, it's about sales, yeah, because you want to fill your pockets, but it's also about them. And once you see them as that person and build that relationship with them, it just it helps. It helps. And I have to make everybody laugh because that's me. So, I stick to my script. I go a little bit off script because you don't want to sound like a robot while you're talking to them. You know what I mean? Um and just come here and just do everything, all the meetings, and do what your coach wants, and yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
And
So
yeah.
essentially, just go
Sorry,
ahead.
go on. um and I just, as soon as I call somebody, I always think in my mind, okay, let's sell them. Let's help them and their family. Because for me, the reason why I do this is because I've been through this, personally, and I don't want anybody to ever have to go through what I went through.
I mean, it seems like you get some pretty big motivators there, and I think it's pretty. So think about this, right? I think this is pretty cool. I was thinking about this the other day. One of my friends was talking to me, and he was like, "Oh, like it's so hard for relationships to work nowadays because the separation rate's so much higher." And I was like, "Well, maybe back in the day, in the 40s and 50s, it would have been higher if women actually had opportunities to go like make a lot of money somewhere, you know." So it's pretty cool that like there's this opportunity for anybody where people can come in and just be successful and kind of get the things they want in their life and deserve for themselves and their family. So like I'm super proud of you for doing that, and that's like
Thank you.
that's a big thing because I know how tough it was on you when you had
Oh
first
goodness,
started.
yeah.
So yeah, and so I'm sure you have distractions now, right? Even
Oh
then,
yeah.
even you had distractions then. I'm sure you have distractions now, but what have you learned? Because for me, it was a little while before I was able to like focus, like live in the distraction and like focus. So, what helps you now from back then, and like difference between being able to do this despite distractions?
Okay, well, back then when I was married and doing this, it was a lot harder because I had the ex-husband and then I had the 2 kids and they were a lot
Okay.
younger. So they were
Oh yeah, yeah.
always at me.
Mhm.
And no, you're absolutely correct. Sometimes and I'm sorry to say this, but sometimes men don't like it that women make more money than they do and it
Yeah. I know.
demasculates them. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's very true.
it
So,
is. It is. Yeah.
I I was a single mom for 13 years before I started here. Or
Mhm.
not a single mom, sorry, a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
So, when I started here and I started making that money, it was just not good for the relationship. So, now I don't have that, and now I am the sole breadwinner in my house, and my kids, they go to school. So while they're at school, I'm like dialing, dialing, dialing. You know what I mean? I take my lunch during our training and all that other stuff. But once they're home, it's mommy, 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 mommy. But the thing is, the thing that I learned this time instead of last time is it's okay that they're behind me screaming. It's okay that they're behind me playing. Most people know they've had kids their whole life. They
Yeah.
know this kind of stuff. They've been through it. And although on the phone I'm like, I'm so sorry, my daughter is here and my daughter's crazy. Let me tell you, she is screaming as I'm trying to talk to people, but people are nice. They understand, they get it. So before, what I used to do was I used to actually get off the phone to go deal with that. Now I just work through it. I got used to
Awesome.
it.
Well, no, that I mean that's awesome. I mean, like I when I because it sometimes when you start to anybody watching this, it's like it's hard to juggle those things because it's hard to prioritize and like just get everything in order and kind of like I said, like live in the distraction. It's like
Yeah,
whatever they're screaming doing their thing, and
pretty much.
and we may feel upset that, but a lot of our clients they're going to know people work from home now, and then they're
Yeah,
also going to know that you have kids and they had kids too, so it's nothing to
yeah,
like worry about.
no,
Um, so if any pretty cool features about our system here, guys, if anybody is interested in seeing what we offer, we provide unlimited leads for our agents to call. We provide training daily, multiple hours of training sessions every single day from experienced top closers in the industry. And we provide in call support from experienced closers who actually jump on your calls or coach you while you're going through your calls to help you close your sales. So you'll never run out of people to call. You'll never run out of support and assistance in making it happen. So Erica, Zach is Erica's coach and leader. So
greatest
in your
coach.
time here, how has Zach helped and influenced your progress here?
So Zach has been my coach since I first started here, and me and him click very well. He understands that sometimes I do get in my head, and he's there and he listens to me, and he'll jump on my call if he hears I might be struggling a little bit in a close, or he'll see I've been on a phone for 20 minutes, what's going on. Because some people, they get really nervous, especially over the phone. There's so many horrible things out there, unfortunately. So he'll get in my ear and he'll help me on what to say to the clients. And he pushes me a lot, which I love, and he keeps me grounded. And he's like, "Let's go for a big day. Let's go for a big week. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go." So having that behind you, and it's not in a way that it's pushy, you know what I mean? Like he's not constantly at me. He's with me on the same track, which is great because it's very hard to work under somebody who is constantly pressuring you when you think you can't do it. When somebody is at the same level as you and keeps pushing you, that helps. I mean, he's the greatest coach, to be honest with you. He really is. And he plays my favorite videos during our
Awesome.
training. Helps. That helps a lot. And even if I have a small week, he's still like, "You did great. You did awesome. So that helps. That helps boost the morale a lot. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Well, that's it's important, guys, to have someone with you who's got your back, not
Yeah.
only for the skill set stuff, but for the emotional aspect of it too. Because any job has emotions. And I know people
Yeah.
say, wow, insurance is tough on me emotionally, but I think really any job, there's stresses that you encounter and there's things that you got to deal with on a daily basis. So it's really cool to have someone there who's not just drill sergeant, get this done, get this done, get this done, which
Yes.
I sometimes have to make sure I don't do with people. So, but no,
Nah,
that's
you
cool. I'm
don't do
glad.
that at all. So yeah, like what you were saying with that. So when I came here and I left, I went to an hourly job. And that hourly job was straight 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. But it was a lot, and it was a lot on my body. I have fibromyalgia and a chronic, how do you explain it? Chronic back pain. Like eventually, when I get older, I'll be in a wheelchair, basically, is what I've been told. So every day I have pain while I do this, but I still knock it out because you know why? I have no choice. I got kids, man. I'm a single mom. I have to make sure that this works because this is where I am going to retire from. And the other thing that helps here is the bonuses and the things that the weekly championships that we always go for here. I
Mhm.
love that part. I love it. Um as you know, I we just did one and my name was on top of our
I
region.
saw
Oh my
that. You
god.
crushed it.
I know, I couldn't believe it when I saw my name. I was like, wow. Like like I said, the last time that I was here, yeah, I was doing it, but honestly, I wasn't really giving it my all because I had all these distractions. Now that I still have them, but I've learned how to work around them. And I have a goal, and I want to do awesome here, and it's showing now, and I love it.
Awesome. Well, you're shining. I love it too.
Thank you,
It's cool to
thank you.
see you engage in enthusiasm, and bonuses are huge. So, guys, we have,
Yes.
geez, I mean, so many bonuses you can't even keep track of them. So we have monthly, weekly, annual, semi-annual bonuses, sometimes daily things or like a few day. Like shouldn't say anything, but this morning we're going to drop a wheel spin incentive for today over the weekend to try to push strong. So
Nice.
that'll be pretty cool. But there's always things to help push you guys towards help push agents towards the goals. And Erica, it's cool that you take advantage of that and you just try to win. So it's pretty that's pretty sweet. So you mentioned that you liked when you get on your calls, your focus is, hey, let's help them and help their family, as opposed to necessarily like, hey, I'm just going to go maybe bulldoze through and close this sale. So can you maybe explain to some people what that means and what that looks like in a call?
Sure. Okay. So my go-to thing is I want to make them laugh. I want to make them my friend, basically. So I'll pick something out of the script that I see, like for example, favorite color. So my favorite color is blue. So whenever I see that come up on their information, I'll be like, "Oh my god, you're my color twinsy," just to make them laugh. Or, if they have the same birth month as me, I'll be like, "Oh my god, we're Scorpions, we rule the world," type thing. Like I try to make them laugh. And then a little bit more into the script, I want to get to know them a little bit more. So I ask them about their family, about their kids. And then I pull my kids into it and I'm like, listen, mine are 9 and 4. Tell me it changes because my 4-year-old drives me nuts. So then they'll get into it and they'll tell me, oh, my kid did this. Oh, my kid did that. So when you get that friendliness into them, they're more open to listen to everything that you have to say. When you give them that space. Sometimes my calls go on for an hour and a half, sometimes two. It's been a long time since I've done a 2-hour call, but I feel like the more that I, get personal with them and make them laugh, they're more easy with me and end up purchasing with me. I'm not just on script all the time. Script is great. I
Yeah.
love the script. Our script is beyond amazing. It really is. It's every step that you need to make sure that it's perfect, that your sale goes well. But if you go a little bit off of it and get to know them a little bit more, they're more open to everything that you have to say.
Okay, cool. So how when you're on a call, right? Because I hear you do this really, really well with getting people off the script, but some agents really struggle with having someone on the call who, and they just let it get out of control. So they'll like the person will just be rambling on forever, and then and then I can tell listening in that, hey, maybe this person like isn't like, how do you distinguish someone that you can talk to but has interest versus someone that just wants to talk but maybe like, is kind of just dilly dallying? Like, do you ever kind of get a vibe that this maybe
Yes.
someone, yeah,
So I will interrupt their conversation if they're telling me they're like, "Hey," so okay, let me think of an example. So some lady, she was rambling on about kids and stuff like that, and I was like, "Okay, I wonder if this is going to really go somewhere." So then I interrupted her a little bit. I'm like, "Oh yeah, your kids are awesome. They sound exactly like mine. I hope mine are like that when they get older too." Now, how long have you been thinking about doing something like this? So
gotcha.
I'll take something from the script that I need to move on, and I'll interrupt them and get them back on pace, because honestly, people will talk to you for hours cuz that's all they want. They just want
Yeah.
somebody to listen to them, listen to their good times, listen to their bad times. But even though I said I want to get personal with them, I still have a job to do. I still have to
Mhm.
help you get this in place for you and your family so you never have to worry about it again. So, even though sometimes I'll also just sit there and listen forever, I also it will interrupt them, just get them back on pace. And then eventually we will get back on the script and get all the information that we need. But I'll give them at least that little space to let that out. And there
Cool.
has been times that I've sat on a conversation for like 30 minutes and it went nowhere. But it happens. It happens.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, guys. And how many what are your daily targets that you shoot for?
Okay, so my daily targets like daily targets is 5 hours or more talk time. Um at least 5,000 AP and at least 150 dials.
Okay. 5 hours talk time, 500. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you have um do you know about how many presentations does it take for a close?
So
No?
lately I've been 100 for 100. Every PEC that I've made, I've closed. However, there has been times I've done 4 PECs and only 2 sales. Or
Gotcha.
I have done 2 PECs and 1 sale. So it's up and down. It's up and down. Um,
So PEC, everybody real quick, stands for pre-enrollment conversation. That's what we call our script. Instead of saying following how many scripts did you get in or whatever, it's PECs. So how many pre-enrollment conversations did you get in? Just want to clarify that for
yeah.
everybody.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So,
No, and
yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It's all good. This is your
Okay.
show.
All right. So, I have learned who I can present to and who will not take a presentation. Um, and that takes a long time to learn that. So a lot of people are also very, very nervous when they do this, and they tend to get in their own headspace and let the negativity get on them. I don't
Hmm.
I I don't like to do that. I kind of laugh. I make it a joke. I make it a game for myself. Oh, you hung up on me. That's awesome. Who's the next one? like I just make my day laughter, because if you don't and you're constantly just, oh my God, this person hung up on me. Oh my God, this person doesn't want to speak to me. Oh my God. Oh my God. You'll get in your head too much, and you won't be as great as you should be. Um and it's hard to get through that, but you can do it. You really can.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So, and it is like it sometimes it's discouraging. So like what were the toughest things for you to adjust to when you started doing this?
The first time or second time?
Either.
Okay. So the first time I was one of those. I was nervous. I was scared. I had to have Zach on every single call with me, I think, for the first 2 weeks. So we have this group me messaging where we could ask for, a coach to come into our conversations. And so the first 2 weeks when I was first here, he was on every single call to help me close. Even though he was like, Erica, you can do this on your own. I was too nervous. I was way too nervous and I couldn't do it. Um, it was getting to them closing and accepting the deal. And I would lowball a lot because I just wanted to get the sale. And that's what went on in my head in the first time too was I want to make money. I want to just get the sale. But this time around, I didn't do that. I didn't say I'm just a salesperson. I just want to get the call the close. I put into my head that I'm helping these people and I need to help them. But what also makes me nervous is the mean ones. I can't get past them sometimes, no matter what I do, no matter what I say, because I'm a funny chick. I like to make you laugh. I like to smile. I don't like to be negative. It's not my deal. I used to be, but it's not my deal anymore. So those are
Good.
my hardest ones. Is the ones that won't laugh with me, no
Yeah.
matter what I
I
say.
that was really tough for me too. Just the people who like it's like, and the thing is like sometimes those people end up buying. So it's like I always
Yes.
and it's like it's so weird sometimes when you get those people who don't say a word. You're like, whatever, I'm just gonna present this. Like, no way this person's gonna buy, and then they're like, I'll take that one.
Yeah.
It's like
I
what?
had one of those. 2 weeks ago. Zach had to help me with it. So this guy, I mean, he let me go through the whole entire thing. But then when it come down to actually purchasing it, no, I need it sent to my house. No, I'm not going to do this right now. And it was about 12 or 13 different rebuttals that he kept giving me. And in the end, he purchased it and he kept it.
Good stuff.
Yeah, but he was so mean. He didn't laugh with me. I joked like so many times. I was laughing at myself. I felt so silly.
And he wasn't even engaging with it at all.
No, no, it didn't matter what I was doing. Nope, nope. I was thankful for Zach to help me with that one because I was like, I don't know what to do. He won't laugh. That's my thing. If they don't laugh with me, I'm like, what do I do now?
Well, the cool thing is, even if someone doesn't buy, we got someone else to talk to. So if
Oh
any of you
yeah.
guys here if any of you guys here are having a lead problem, reach out to us. We can help you out. We provide our agents with unlimited leads and at no direct cost to the agent, nothing coming out of your wallet or anything like that for leads. So you'll never run out of people to talk to. Age leads, new leads, inbound calls. So we got it all there. And it's cool because sometimes if you're buying leads and you got 30 leads and you got this person who's just a dry orange and you're trying to squeeze the rest of the juice out, there's nothing there. It can be frustrating if you got no more uh, you know, pastures to walk through to see if there's any more, ripe, plump, juicy oranges there. So here we got plenty of fruit hanging from the trees. So if you're interested in potentially working with us, just send me a text message right here, or you can. It's also right here. Then you can email the email at in the description of the video. Erica, so if someone is just starting out as a new agent, what would you recommend for them to do? Like, what are some tips you'd give someone who's brand new?
Join every single meeting. Soak up as much as you can. Watch every single video that you can. Read over the script as many times as you can. Go talk with it over with your husband or your friend or whatever you need to do to learn that script. Um, and dial. Don't ever give up on dialing because he's right. With SLS, we have so many leads in there. Like it's like a never ending amazing bundle of people that you get to talk to. And yeah, you're going to be nervous and yeah, you're going to be scared. But as soon as you make that first call and you have that first conversation, you're going to get over that. Really, you are. You're going to get over that. And, lean on your coaches and lean on the trainers and the builders and you'll do great. You really, really will. As long as you follow every single step that everybody gives you, you'll be amazing. but
Yeah,
don't
for sure.
just try to get out of your head. That's where everybody has the issue is they get in their head and they get stuck on the negative instead of, you know, seeing their positive. Hey man, I made a sale 2 calls ago, and just keep building off that.
Yeah, that's huge. And sometimes it's like we can be our own worst enemies with this
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Like we can if it's like whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So it's like what we tell ourselves oftentimes is a self-fulfilling prophecy. And this is kind of a theme I've been working on with my team this week, guys, where it's like you want to create the image in your head that you are, not you will, but you are a monster producer. You are very good at this. You are making a ton of money doing this. I have these sheets, like this was yesterday's. Um, I'll go through and then write down my goals on top here. And then this is my checklist of I literally wrote down like everything I did yesterday throughout the day. And then all these are all crossed out and it's a to-do list so I can look and I'm like, man, I did a lot today. I got a lot done, even if you don't feel that way. So if you're an agent, like set those milestones for yourself, set those to-do things to cross out. It's like I made 25 calls, 50 calls, 100 calls, 150, 200. I had this much talk time. I made this many presentations. I attended these training sessions. I watched this many training videos. So like put those to-do lists and then as you do them, check it off and then look at the end of the day and you'll be like, wow, look at all I got done. And it can really, really help with your self-image and self-confidence, because sometimes we can set these boxes and if someone watching this, if you've never really felt like you've accomplished a lot in anything, then sometimes we can bring that into this. And even if you feel like you've accomplished a lot in another space, you can come into this with a lot of uncertainty that you'll accomplish a lot in this too, because it's very different. We deal with the most irresponsible group of Americans that exists. So it's a little different from other sales positions you may have where like people actually pay their bills and stuff. So it's there's a lot of challenges, but it's fun and you can be really successful with it and make a good amount of money. So what would you recommend to anybody who is uncertain about getting back into the business after
Do it,
having an
man.
initial attempt that was tough?
Do it. Just do it. Um, look, guys, hourly jobs, you're not really going to make that much, really, and they're pushing you to work. They're pushing you to do more than you're supposed to. This is your own business. This is yes, you get paid from SLS, but this is your own baby. This is
Yeah.
something that you build on your own. Do it. Just do it. Um, it'll be well worth it. Trust me. You can make a
Yeah.
lot of
And
money here, and you've got tons and tons of leads, and it's better than having to pay for them. Better, way better.
yeah.
And
And
also your tonality. You're always talking about tonality, right?
yes,
Yes, that's
tonality is
where it
very
is.
important.
Yeah,
It is.
if you're on a call and you're like, hello, like that's not gonna work for you. It's not. Have this type of tonality. Hey, how you doing? How's your day? Oh my god. Okay, so
Exactly.
that means Monday's awesome for you. Great. That's awesome for me too.
Yeah.
that that's
100%.
that's what gets them. Yeah. Yeah.
It is. And I tell people, I'm like, look, if we're all using the same script, we're all calling leads from the same sources, and someone gets 5 to 10 sales a week or more and then has a lot of AP, and then someone else calling the same sources has consistently, like, it's not luck, right? Like it would be luck if top agents had like one good week and then maybe they ran into some good clients, but some easy clients. But when someone consistently is selling more and has higher conversion rates and stuff like that, it's what you're saying, but it's more how you're saying it. So it's your tonality. Like
Yep.
basic human communication is done in a guttural like tone, right? It's like we respond to noises. People hear a baby crying, that's a distress signal. It's like, whoa, like you can hear a crying baby like in the middle of a crowd. There'll be a bunch of voices you hear, and you're like, okay, that's a child crying. Like we're like programmed for it.
Yeah.
So and like the way you say, if you're not interested in what you're doing, if you don't sound excited for your day and excited to be talking to this person, you can't expect them to be excited for you. And then
Mm-mm.
comedy as well. I like making people laugh. I don't know. I
Me
think
too.
it's good. And they say laughter
Yeah.
is the shortest distance between two people.
Yeah.
Right? There's a reason why people like one of the most common traits someone looks for in a potential partner even is, does this person make me laugh? Right? Can I laugh? So it's like people are so quick to bond with someone who makes them laugh, where it's like, and I found that that works like right away. Like, and I'll say the same corny jokes every time to people, and it's like, and another thing I think people do too is they get too professional. Like our clients, guys, they're
Oh,
not
yes.
like living in Manhattan in some ritzy, penthouse atop of in Central Park. They're like normal everyday Americans who they'll laugh at your jokes. You don't have to be this like crazy structured
No.
insurance agent. It's like be a normal person, crack some jokes. You can be borderline, like kind of like not offensive or anything like that, but I mean, you know what I mean, you can use comedy and like sarcasm and stuff with people, and they'll get it and they'll laugh, like it's okay, like um
And bring your
so
personal stuff into it, like me with my
yeah.
kids. I always bring my kids into
Mhm.
conversation when people are telling me, "Oh, yeah, I have, like, 5 kids." I'm like, "Oh my god, how'd you do that? I have 2 and I'm dying."
No, exactly,
You
right.
know?
So it's
Yeah, when you get personable with them, bring your own stuff into there, that helps too. It really does. Don't
yeah,
just
because what
be
that
just
does,
sales.
exactly, like it helps them see you for they see you as a person. So it's really important to share those things because they'll create this image of you that, hey, this person is like me. I'm like them. They like me. I like them. And it's like the people
Yeah,
are way more likely to buy something from someone who is like them. Like think about this, like from like such a it can get so basic. Like if someone moves to another country, right? Say you move to Brazil, right? And then there was someone who was from the US who sold insurance, who spoke English and everything else, and then every other insurance agent was Brazilian and only spoke Portuguese, barely spoke English. It's not that that person's any less qualified to insurance, but maybe you feel a little more comfortable being with the person, like, okay, they're from where I am and we share the same, no, like certain experiences and same language and stuff like that. And that's why like people, that's just so basic. It's like, okay, this person's from like the same area and they may not even be from the same state or anything, but there's some familiarity there. So we
yeah.
automatically feel a little more comfortable with doing business with someone in that sense. So it's like, in this, it's like if you can share stories about you that relates to them. Oh, I got kids, here are my experiences, look at us, we both have experiences with kids. So it's like, you guys can click and bond on those things, and that's huge. And that's awesome. That's like an art form that you can learn
Yeah.
over time, guys, to share those things.
And even if you don't
Awesome.
have kids, find something that
Yeah.
goes with them that's in your own life and just build on that. And I wanted to also say about the leads too is that the good thing about working here is every single person that's in that system asked for information on this, wants to put this in place. So that also helps when you get that in your mindset. It's not a cold calling thing, which is great. I love that. This is my favorite part about working. It's not cold calling. Every single
Yeah,
person wants this. Every single
exactly.
person asked for this. So that
Yeah, there's like
helps.
no,
That helps in mindset.
yeah, we have pretty good marketing programs on
Mhm.
to help to generate leads and make sure that we're always trying to be at the cutting edge of the final expense lead gen. But all right, well, Erica, I know you and I we got some meetings to be at pretty soon.
Yeah.
I got a meeting a little bit before the one with you guys, so we really appreciate your time today. If anybody would like
Thank you.
to get in touch with me or Erica, just shoot me a text here at this number, so there or down here, or you can email me at the email in the description of the video. You don't want to miss the next video coming up with Peter, who sold 84,000 AP his first month in the business. So thank you guys for watching the video, and we look forward to seeing you next time.